Charisma starts with how you stand. It's one of the social practices you have to master. You let me give you a very clear instance example. You go to get something and you are not actually blocking the way where people can actually pass, and you somehow are standing, you are doing something, and because you are conscious of your environment and somebody is about to pass, you just abruptly just like probably change your the direction of your body, the way it's facing, because you feel like the person might hit you. And that's where you don't do that. As long as you're not blocking the way, you don't move abruptly like that. If you are going to move, you move with little. There should be swagger to the way you move, with calm and ease, like you are in control of your body. These are things that speaks louder. The way you stand, it magnifies your presence. It magnifies your aura. There's how you will stand, and people would be like, "Oh, this person is comfortable in their skin." You don't feel anxious of any social gathering or anything that is happening around you. You are comfortable and you are aware of your environment as well. It's one of those things, you know, that people don't even care about. They just live their life, and you find out that at the end of the day they don't have presence because they don't know how to carry their frame. Carrying your frame properly when you stand would naturally emit your presence, will naturally emit your aura. It's funny, I've tried it, and it's one of the things I do myself. Basically, I do. And sometimes I catch myself, like I would find myself drifting a little bit, then I catch myself. It's one of the things you have to do, because charisma starts with how you stand. It is very, very important. If you can learn how to stand properly, you know, with confidence, and not be swayed by any small, minute thing that is happening around your environment, and move with some sense of swagger, people would feel your presence. People will feel that energy. It will be evolving, it will be rotating around you. It will spread. It will just be that force field will be there. It's something that I don't know. You just have to be in the field to see, witness all these things. There are some people. If you watch, like, one perfect example will be Donald Trump. If you watch the way he stands when he talks, there is people most times people lean into him. They lean into his field. They lean into that magnetic field, that presence, that charisma. They lean into it. I would use the word charisma, aura, presence interchangeably. You understand? They are almost like similar. They are almost the same thing. You understand? So people lean into his energy. If you watch the way he stands, even though he has quite a little, I think he has a hunchback or so, but if you see the way he stands and moves, you know that this man has charisma. You will know, you will feel it. Even before he speaks, just the way he moves, he carries his frame, the way he stands. It starts from the way you stand. People are standing awkwardly. People stand anyhow. That's why they don't have presence. People will never feel their presence. If you carry your If you stand, there's how you will stand, because this thing is it's I don't mind yapping about this every day, for people to get it. If you look in your normal environment, you see people walking, you see people the way they stand. There's the one that is obvious is like when people walk, you see the way they move their body. The one that is not very obvious, but if you pay attention to, is standing. Because if you can stand properly, you can walk properly. If you can stand properly, you can definitely walk properly. Because it shows that you are in charge of your space. You own your space. There's this, what's the name of this anime where they do domain expansion? I've forgotten the name of the anime. But you guys that watch anime will understand what I'm saying. Domain expansion. And the character that would bring the other fighter into his domain expansion, there is a heavy possibility that the person who creates that domain expansion will definitely win. So and it's a force field. It pulls the opponent into the other, the main the person who is generating that domain expansion. I don't know if you guys can understand what I'm saying, but it's a very interesting way of seeing charisma and work. It's a very interesting way. Sorry, charisma and standing. Charisma and how you stand. Charisma starts from how you stand. That is how it stands. It's just like your domain expansion. And it's a force, it pulls people. How you stand will determine the amount of charisma you will be able to generate, or the amount of force field you'll be able to generate, aura you'll be able to generate. If you start correcting the way you stand and get to the point where nothing takes you unawares, you don't flinch, honestly, your charisma will be thick, will be felt. When you move, when you walk, it will be felt. But it starts from a man who is in control of his space and carries his body well. Nobody's saying you should go and start walking like military people. No. But it's owning your space. That's how you carry yourself. And not in it, because I've seen someone carry himself in a manipulative way that looks like, oh, this guy looks confident. But if you look beyond the whole costume, you realize this guy is very insecure, and he just realized that that's what wards off people and makes him look like a threat. Because that vibe, when I saw it, I was like, this guy is a bully. He's probably a bully. He's probably a bully. You start reading certain body movements, and you understand their primary intentions and their personality. I was like, no, this guy is a bully. Going to be walking like this, like what? Like, why would you? And it's very like, for me, it's very annoying, and because I know what it is. And from there, I know he's someone I would never even want to have a conversation with, because I know he's a manipulator and a bully. And he has that pseudo type of presence. Girls feel it, women feel it. You get, they feel it, but it's not authentic. It's not authentic. You can master that kind of art for a very, and stick to it and just master it, but it's not, you will not tap into your pure essence, who you are, you will not tap into it fully, because you must embrace yourself first. You must embrace yourself. You must embrace your body. You must embrace how you are designed to carry yourself. If you want your charisma to be very potent, all of us have insecurities, but is the degree of insecurities that you have will determine how potent your charisma will be. But it starts from how you stand. So guys, I would have loved to show you guys normal ways how you can stand. I think my previous videos I've done something like that, but if you watch, even the way I'm actually sitting down, but if you look at my shoulder, you see that this is someone who is comfortable in themselves. But when you do like this, slouch, and they are talking like this, and you stand like this, or you are standing awkwardly, people won't feel your charisma. But when you stand like someone who owns their space, you own your space, because there's a force field around you have to own it. Once you own that force field will speak, and that force field will spill into other people's force field, and they will know, oh, this person's energy is different. Your force field will spill into other people's force field once you own it, once you own your force field. So guys, I hope you guys learned one or two things today, because I love talking about posture, like for me, and body language. I love it. So but I hope you guys just picked one or two things from my little brain, and we'll be up in the next videos, and have a good time as well. So stay blessed, and see you in the next video. Bye guys.